Alright guys, welcome back. Episode 10 of The Open Shot. I can't believe it's been 10 episodes. Well, today we're going to be talking about some news that's going on around in the league and our standouts, but we got some more to say today.
Trae Young called game, but I called bullshit. Episode 10, we're back.
1-0.
10 episodes in. So let's talk about it, man.
Let's get
Starting
it.
out with the news in the league. Kevin Love. So for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kevin Love wants to be traded to a title contender, but the Nuggets and Suns may have a chance also. But he's also said that he prefers playing for his hometown, the Portland Trail Blazers. How do you feel about that, man?
No. My question is, how do you feel about that? Because I know you're a K-Love fan.
I love Kevin Love. I wouldn't mind if he goes to the Portland Trail Blazers. I mean, are they a title contender? I'm not sure, but
Nah.
It's his hometown, and I respect that. Even when Dwayne Wade left us,
Yeah.
he went to Chicago, and it was his hometown. That's pretty much. I think that's really the only team I would have been okay with him leaving for, because I understand the dynamic of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
The Nuggets.
the Nuggets are a great team, and I would want to see Kevin Love with another ring.
A contender. A contender, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, playing with the Nuggets, that would be a good team too. But the Suns, don't do my boy Kevin Love like that, man. Don't throw him to some trash team that's never gonna do anything.
Like, he's on the Cavs as is. I don't think going to the Suns would do anything for him. But, I
Yeah.
mean, the Suns are a young team. But I think Kevin Love shouldn't go to a team where they're trying to rebuild and trying to, develop their young players. I feel like that happens to some guys.
Yeah,
Like
even though he would be an amazing asset.
He would.
Two young players, but I wouldn't want him to
Yeah,
not
like
win.
Kevin Love, he's been kind of quiet these past couple of seasons due to injury and, the shit show that's the Cleveland Cavaliers. But, him on the Nuggets, I could, him and Jokic,
Yeah,
they could play off each other. I mean, even though right now Jokic is struggling a bit.
he is. He is not the same defensive player he was,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, if Kevin Love is in there, Kevin Love's an amazing rebounder. Maybe that could take a little bit of defensive pressure off. But I mean, the Nuggets regardless are a great team anyway, and they have a lot of talent. And I don't know, I wouldn't mind seeing him in Portland or the Nuggets.
You know what's crazy? And it's going to sound like a weird thing to say, but I honestly see the Nuggets. Get ready for this. You hear this? I think the Nuggets are like the Miami Heat of the West. I would say so.
In terms of consistency
Yeah.
and
No, not because we have any stars or anything. I mean, we have Jimmy Butler, but I don't mean in that perspective. I mean in terms of consistency. And there's just
True.
they're kind of like a dark horse. Because I mean, Miami's a dark horse if you really think about it.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel I don't know. I feel the Nuggets have more of a chip on their shoulder, and nonetheless, we have a better record than the Nuggets. So
Yeah.
fuck them.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But I mean, I kind of get where you're coming from. They're even though they had a lot of hype in the past couple of years that the Miami Heat necessarily didn't have, I still think that they are kind of like a dark horse just because of all the new movement in the West. Just this year, obviously, the ones that everyone knows, the Rockets built up. They're already a contender and they're already one of the better teams in the West, but they built up and they added Westbrook and they got rid of Paul, and obviously the Lakers and Clippers just made a gigantic jump, and that obviously knocks down the Nuggets a couple of spots. But what I'm wondering is how the Portland Trail Blazers are gonna play Carmelo Anthony if they get him. What's that gonna mean with the Melo situation?
I mean, I don't want to.
Do you think Melo will move to the 3?
I mean, he did say that he is willing to, fill in his role. He did say that all he wants is communication from his, the staff, saying if we need you to play at this, he wants to know
You're
in
talking
advance.
about Kevin Love?
Talking about Carmelo.
Oh,
Yeah.
position wise,
Position-wise.
because he's for sure not gonna come off the bench.
No, of course. That's
Yeah.
why, yeah.
And I mean, Ken Bazemore, he's the starter for the Trailblazers. He's not playing that great. You know what I mean? He's only playing 20 minutes a game around about there. And just looking at their depth chart, Bazemore, Mario Hezonja, I could definitely see Carmelo moving to the 3 and then having Kevin Love start at the 4. Because even then at the 4, after Carmelo, it's Nasir Little. They're missing Zach Collins, but yeah, I just don't really see that much, I guess, problems if he does go to Portland.
Yeah, it just all depends on.
Except for minute wise, I guess.
I guess that makes sense, but also like I just feel like Portland right now, like they've always been such a great team these past couple of seasons, but they seem kind of lost at the current moment.
Yeah, for sure. Like they're not playing as well as people thought that they would. They're 10-15, and last year they were a good team. And I mean, just imagine having a team of Lillard, McCollum, Melo, Kevin Love, and then Whiteside right for now, and then when Nurkic when he comes back. I mean, that's a really good team. That's a pretty solid team in terms of names. I mean, I know that Melo's playing great this year. You know, he shut everybody up. And Kevin Love is, I mean, I'm never really never gonna lose faith in Kevin Love just because I like how he plays. I like his play style, and I was a huge fan of him in the Timberwolves. But he's definitely gonna be a great piece in there, and especially with Melo, Lillard, and McCollum taking on most of the offensive role. He's only gonna be there for. I'm pretty sure if he goes there, he's gonna average 10 points a game, and I have no doubt that he can get at least 6 or 7 rebounds and be a good rebounder there and starting.
Yeah.
So, moving on, along with the Cavaliers, they have extensively looked at LaMelo Ball for the draft.
Next.
One thing I want to add in there is that a lot of teams are scared of the LeVar Ball effect. So I think that's really going to hit LaMelo's draft stock. I think with Lonzo Ball, fuck dude, like I hate how they all start with L. It's annoying as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to remember their names.
I mean
with Lonzo Ball, people didn't care about the whole LeVar Ball thing. Like they thought it was entertaining. But I feel that after he got drafted, after he kind of proved that he wasn't, the next LeBron, because he's not. That ship has fucking sailed.
No, definitely not.
People are like really tired of LeVar Ball's shit.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking like at LeVar at the current moment, you don't really hear from him much.
I think it's because he's been like blacklisted and shit. Like nobody just wants to talk to him. The only reason people heard about him were because TNT, ESPN, all these networks or Bleacher Report, all these people, like they gave him a platform. They let him go onto the shows and they let him talk, and people thought it was funny. But now I think people just think it's annoying.
Yeah, it's just after a while, like it just becomes old, and people just don't want to hear the same crap every time from him. So I get that.
So good and bad news for the Celtics. Well, not bad, but luckily Gordon Hayward came back. He dropped an efficient 14 points on Monday night on 70% shooting. So I'm glad that he's playing well with that fractured hand. Don't sleep.
Don't sleep.
I talk shit about his contract, but I understand like injuries happen. But he shut me up in the beginning of the season. It was unfortunate that he got a fractured hand, but 14 points and 70% shooting, that's a good comeback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I believe, I have a lot of faith in Gordon. He wants to be with the Celtics. He chose to be with the Celtics. So I feel like he's getting set back with these injuries, but once he fully he's healthy and he could get back to shape, he's going to prove to everyone why he wanted to be on the Celtics. But I mean, it's just a setback for now, and I have no doubt that he'll get back to form soon enough.
Now bad for him. There's rumors around the league that the Celtics could trade Hayward and Marcus Smart for Blake Griffin. How do you feel about that? I mean, I think it would be worth it.
I mean, Kemba and Blake Griffin. That'll be something that I never thought I wanted until you just said it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a good combo, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never even thought about like them two playing together. I mean, even before this offseason, I thought Kemba was gonna stay in Charlotte for the rest of his career.
Okay.
Like I thought, he's been there for so long, and luckily he was able to get out of that shitty situation. But I mean, for sure they're gonna move Jason Tatum to the 3 and have Blake Griffin at the 4, and without Gordon Hayward and Marcus Smart, that obviously clears way for Jaylen Brown to produce more, which is another person I was talking a lot of shit about, with his upcoming contract and things like that. But he's obviously been playing good, and I think it's going to be a good move for the Celtics in terms of minute-wise and usage. Yeah,
we'll see how this plays out. I mean,
let's see if it even happens.
Yeah, it even happens, it's a good thing that we talked about it, because let's say Gordon, I do have faith in him, but let's say, let me play devil's advocate here. Like, what if he doesn't get better?
Yeah.
They have to do something. They're not, because I feel like the Celtics they're such a prestigious organization that they don't want to just be in rebuild mode for too long, or they want to be in the finals.
They don't want to be like the Lakers and Knicks when, like the Lakers last year and for the past couple of years, other than this year obviously, and the Knicks, how they're the biggest organizations in basketball, but they're not producing, they're not performing.
Yeah, I mean, just look what they did with IT. No one saw that coming.
Yeah, so and I don't think it's really worked in the better for them. Yeah. Like getting rid of IT, like just because he was injured and stuff, and after that whole situation, you guys know how we feel about that. Like we hate that shit, like what happened, but they didn't become a title contender in reality. They didn't really make it to super deep into the playoffs or things like of that nature. But I mean, I think contract wise, getting rid of Marcus Smart and Hayward for Griffin, that's definitely going to free up a lot of cap space. Right now, Marcus Smart gets $12 million a year. Gordon Hayward makes about 35 or 32, and Blake Griffin only makes 34, 35. So that's an extra 11, 10 mil that you can get on a role player to pretty much fill up whatever you're missing.
Yeah, I would rather much get a well-developed role player than a big name that could possibly ruin the chemistry of your franchise.
Yeah.
So,
next up with the Hawks. They're expected to make some moves at the trade deadline to help out Trae Young. Trae Young has been very unhappy recently with the Hawks, and as anybody should be. I mean, especially if you call a game in the fucking Heat, and they go on a 22-0 run. But we're gonna talk about that later. But luckily they, I don't want to see any team do bad, obviously, except for the Knicks because they can go fuck themselves. But, I love Trae Young. He's a super good young player, and he obviously has talent, and I want to see more people around him.
I mean, I don't know. He's upset, and he's on the Hawks, which is it's unfortunate, but it's just kind of weird seeing a player he's only year 2 in the league, and he's already bitching about his team. Like, come on, you're a sophomore, dude. Like, I get you're talented.
That's true.
Like, slow your roll a bit. Like, you ever hear Giannis bitch about him being on the Bucks? No, he was patient. And you have to be patient,
That's
my dude. I feel like nowadays a lot of these young guys and just players in general, they're not patient with the process. They want to win now, which is, it's understandable for a player that's been in the league for years, and they could say they did that. But I don't like seeing guys just bitch about their team, hopefully get traded, and then there's just so many what ifs. Like, what if he stayed on that team? What if he developed more? What if he did this? What if he did that? That, to me, has always been a problem that I've never really talked about. But, yeah, I hope he slows his run down a bit. I just feel like, give it time. You'll get the pieces. They don't want to keep you. They'll do what they can to keep you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, building off that, luckily I haven't seen anything, of Trae Young saying that he wants to trade or he wants to go to a different team or whatever the case may be. But it kind of also reminds me of the Devin Booker situation. Devin Booker wants to win. And Devin Booker has had crazy, insane games, dropping 50, 60 points, whatever it may be. But even Devin Booker has recently said, it doesn't matter how you perform individually. It's a team sport. And if you don't, if you don't win, it doesn't matter.
It's just that Heat win, bro. It's getting to you.
I'm sick. I apologize. But let's move on. Knicks. So the Knicks have interest in signing Brandon Ingram to a max contract in free agency. What do you think about that?
I don't know, man. The Knicks are
Do you think he should waste his talent there?
No, not at all, dude. Look, I've said it before. It kind of sucks seeing the Knicks not being relevant because I like them in the playoffs.
I don't give a fuck. I hate their fans.
The fans are
same
one
as
thing.
The Laker fans.
Oh yeah, they go fuck themselves. But just that organization, bias aside, you want to see it. If it's the fucking mecca of the basketball league, you want to see them relevant. Now, going to Brandon Ingram, I said it. He has that Kevin Durant, DNA, bro. I see it in him. I just see parallels between their games. He still has a lot of, time to develop and reach his prime, but the Knicks, we've seen what happened to Carmelo.
It's funny how they want to sign another fucking forward.
It's not even that. I wouldn't want. If I were Brandon Ingram, I wouldn't go there.
I mean, he's doing great in the Knicks. I mean, in the Pelicans.
The Pelicans, yeah.
And he's proving that like he's obviously their top player right now. And even when Zion comes back, he's still going to be either one or two. And I think he has more. Obviously, he has more structure, more diversified talent, I guess. Because with Zion Williamson, they both do have different play styles. I don't think Zion Williamson's obviously going to go and drop like 30 points a game the way that, Brandon Ingram's dropping, about 20, 25, and he's being a much more efficient shooter. And Zion Williamson's not going to have that. He's a power forward center. He's going to be an explosive guy in the post. But I don't know, it's with the Knicks, if they sign Brandon Ingram, what is that going to mean with, like, obviously I think they're going to get rid of Marcus Morris, and what's that going to mean for Julius Randle, or what's that going to mean for RJ Barrett and those younger players that have more minutes? I don't know. So, over the weekend, they fired our boy Fizz, man.
Thank God. My boy's free. I'm good. I'm happy for him, bro.
And also, the president is likely to be fired or demoted. So they're obviously making a lot of moves in that organization.
They have, I don't know what the fuck.
Reliably so, like they should.
Yeah, like they have to. Like, there's no excuse for
them. It all started with fucking Phil Jackson in the triangle, bro. Like, what was that, dude?
Dude, Phil Jackson was probably just the start of what's the dumpster fire called the Knicks. Look, let's face it, the Knicks have sucked for a very long time. Yeah. But this is just, they're at their prime right now. To be honest.
The lowest prime, whatever the opposite is.
Whatever, how bad it could get, they're there. So, just to end that, I'm glad that they're making changes because, like I said, I want to see the Knicks relevant.
Yeah, I want every team to be good, but, like, I just think the fans need to shut up because your team sucks. I just popped the halls because fuck that cough. All right.
No. Okay, so wait. I just gotta say this, bro. James stopped. Okay, so as we were talking about the last segment, I just see James going to the side of his bed. He gets a pillow and just starts coughing, like he's trying to like silence it or something, like a gun. It was the funniest shit.
Some John Wick shit.
No, yeah. I was trying to keep it together, but that's why we had to take a little bit of a break. Cause our boy, young Cafecito here. Yeah, he had a little breakdown,
bro. All right. Next topic of news: Portland. Even though Kevin Love is super interested in going to Portland is still interested in acquiring Danilo Gallinari despite signing Melo. I'm pretty sure it'll be like a one or other person thing. Yeah. But the fact that they still want Gallinari even though they have Melo, what do you think about that?
I like Gallinari.
Because this is Portland's interested in Gallinari. The other way was Kevin Love interested in Portland.
So it all comes down to what's beneficial, like towards like the end of the season, or what state they're in when that time comes. Because right now both options are great, but let's say Gallinari gets injured and they see or their system doesn't fit him, type shit. So I would just say like they're both great options, but if I had to choose one, I would say Kevin Love the vet, bro. To be honest,
I just love Kevin Love. I know Gallinari's an amazing basketball player, but I think it goes down to what do you need on the team? Do you need rebounding? Do you need do you need a stretch forward? Do you need a wing player? Pretty much,
yeah. It all comes down to that. Like, it's just preference.
Next up, the Raptors. Masai Ujiri turned down a huge extension from the Raptors, and apparently he's intrigued by the challenge of fixing the Knicks.
Dude, this is what I said last episode. This is what I want. Like, okay, I get it. People are saying it's a big risk. It's the Knicks organization.
It is. But he might be the guy.
If it's anyone, it's gonna be him. It's gonna be this guy. This guy has balls of fucking steel. Let me tell you.
To trade away DeMar DeRozan
and to win a championship.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Look, I don't give a fuck who was injured on the Warriors. They still won a championship. Yeah, that's still a championship. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. There's no asterisk on that bullshit because
you have to win 3 rounds of playoffs to even get there.
And the Warriors were more experienced rather than the baby Raptors that have never seen a finals in their life. And had a player like...
I don't even think they went to the Eastern Conference Finals with DeMar DeRozan, did they?
They did.
They did?
Yeah, with LeBron. And you know what happened.
Oh, yeah.
So, just to like end that off, like I'm I hope it goes through. Like you said, if it's gonna be anyone, it's gonna be him.
And apparently, the owner of the Knicks is enamored with Masai Ujiri. Like, that's all he could talk about. That's all he wants, and obviously with good reason.
Damn, that's something I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for.
Yeah. So a quick news with the Rockets. They're interested in getting Robert Covington.
That's a good piece.
Yeah, I love Robert Covington, especially when he was a young player in the 76ers. He was a super sleeper player, underrated, just because he was on a shitty Sixers team.
Mm-hmm.
But going to the Rockets, that's definitely gonna help them out.
No, for sure. And I mean, even in the playoffs,
he's a good piece in any team.
Even in the playoffs against us, he did some work against the Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he's a great an X Factor type player. And honestly, to add depth to a Rockets team that have Westbrook and Harden, and if they're trying to have more, bench presence, that could do well for the Rockets. But
yeah.
They gotta change their coach, but that's a different story for a different day.
Next up, the Thunder. So the Thunder, luckily for Portland, they're making Danilo Gallinari along with Chris Paul and Steven Adams available ahead of the trade deadline. So I think they're blowing up.
Damn. Never forget. 2019 to 2019, the 3-game winning streak, OKC Thunder. Undefeated, bro. Dude, I mean, with good reason. I do like Chris Paul.
I love Chris Paul.
I love Chris Paul, but
that move to the Thunder was just kind of like...
It's just kind of it's like one of those things why?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't his choice.
I mean, it wasn't his choice, but it's one of those it just doesn't look right, him in a Thunder jersey.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's kind of like seeing what do you call it? Iverson in a Nuggets jersey. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's not the same. But damn.
I don't know, man. I feel like, I mean, I think they're definitely kind of blowing up the team. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is obviously a great young player, but now he's not gonna have that, those vets. You know what I mean? He's not gonna have Chris Paul. And Steven Adams is huge to the Thunder organization. But I even remember during the offseason that he was kind of unhappy with their offseason moves and things of that nature, and maybe with team chemistry or whatever it may be. But I don't know, man. I mean, especially in the West, it's really hard to rebuild in the West. So just making all those key players available, it's gonna be weird. I mean, maybe it'll even out the West a little bit, but even then, the Thunder aren't making that big of an impact anyway.
Or do you just think they're going straight rebuild mode and using those draft picks?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they're gonna. That's obviously what they're gonna do if they're able to get rid of all three of those players, which kind of sounds like they will, and especially the fact that they just got Chris Paul and they're gonna get rid of him. He is an older player, and he is on a fat contract, so maybe that is high hopes for the Thunder if they can get a good free agent. Yeah, but even then, the 2020 free agency class is not that coveted.
Yeah, I mean,
with Brandon Ingram, maybe they could get Brandon Ingram. He would be a really good player. He's a really good player, but go to the Thunder.
Yeah, and just kind of
I feel like it would be better for him just to stay on the Pelicans.
And wait for Zion and see what happens with that.
Next up, our last piece of news.
Don't do it. I don't want no.
The Warriors.
No, I don't want to hear that third team. I don't.
Third team?
The second team.
Oh.
I don't want to hear that second team. I don't want to hear it. But go ahead.
So the Timberwolves, Heat,
no,
Magic, Pistons, and Bulls may have interest in D'Angelo Russell.
Don't you do it, Heat. You have a great team.
Need to do it. Yeah.
You have a great team in front of you. We're doing great.
You don't need a shooting guard.
We don't. We have Butler. We have guys. We don't need anyone right now.
I hope they don't do it.
They need us, but we don't need
exactly.
them.
So that's it, man. You want to start off with your standouts of the week?
Boy, do I. I mean, it's fucking weird because we were just talking about the OKC Thunder and how they're gonna trade their three main players.
It doesn't mean that they haven't been doing good though.
But they've been doing great. So this was one of my dark horse teams of, to start off the season. I thought they were I predicted them to be 8th seed, 7th seed at most, and still beginning of the season. Anything can happen.
And they're 11-12, so
they're 11-12. Yeah, exactly.
It's not that bad. It's basically 500.
It's not the prettiest record in the West.
Yeah,
but it's the West. It's challenging, but I'll get to that. They're doing pretty good. They've won three in a row against. I mean, let's see. against pretty okay teams. The Blazers, the Jazz, the Wolves, pretty standard teams. Chris Paul scored 30 in one of those games. So that stood out to me. But one thing that stood out to me in particular, I didn't want to talk about this because I wanted to see how these guys were going to do come now. But a couple of weeks ago, they went against the Lakers twice and the Clippers once. And what I took away from that was the Clippers game, 88-90 loss. They only lost by 2 points against the Clippers. Second game was against the Lakers, 112 to 107. Again, not a blowout whatsoever. And then the last game against the Lakers, 130 to 127. So they're showing that they could put up a fight, which is great. But yeah, I'm just really happy for them. They've won 3 in a row, and they're putting up a fight, and they're 7th in the West. So yeah, and Chris Paul right now is averaging 20 points on 5.9 assists. He could do better. He's not the same as he used to be, but he's still contributing. He's still putting up some numbers, and like I said, he scored 30 in one of those games against the Wolves. So
yeah, and I mean 5.9 is, looking at the stats right now, that's a career low for him.
Yeah,
he's obviously on the downturn. He was drafted in 2005, but I mean, we're both huge Chris Paul fans. I love his playmaking ability, and I always wanted him on the Heat earlier. Now I don't want him on the Heat now because just that contract's not worth it. But what I'm scared of is pretty much what we're literally just talking about, like the Thunder blowing up their team, and they obviously have like good pieces with Chris Paul, Dennis Schroeder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Andre Robertson, who's injured, but Danilo Gallinari, Steven Adams, Nerlens Noel. I don't know, but they have been doing great.
So my next team is another team that I've always talked about, and I did say similar things about this team, and these guys are blowing my expectations out of the water, and that's the Dallas Mavericks, bro. Okay, wait. First glance,
I just want to point out, Luka Doncic has a 96 rating in 2K.
I know, exactly. It's fucking insane. The thing about this, the thing that blows my mind about this, their record currently, right now, is 16-7. They're third behind the 18-7 Clippers. I didn't expect them to be third.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing great
right now. And Luka Doncic is Doncic, whatever. We
still haven't fucking Googled that.
He's nearly averaging a triple-double right now. He's averaging 30 points a game, 9.8 rebounds, and 9.2 assists. So if we round it off, that's fucking a triple-double.
He's a top 5 MVP candidate right now.
Yeah, which is
insane.
It's crazy. And not only that, the most noticeable thing is they beat the Lakers at home, like at Staples Center, by 14 points.
Bro, I don't even know what to think about
it's
Doncic.
just,
I think he's the real unicorn.
No, for sure. Like
Kristaps Porzingis, yeah, he's an amazing player, and not taking anything away from Kristaps. He's an amazing player, and he was great on the Knicks and everything, but he is kind of dying down on the Mavericks just because Luka Doncic is the number one guy. But Luka Doncic, dude, it's just unheard of. You know what I mean? Just the fact that he's kind of like an international LeBron. You know what I mean? He's like a foreign LeBron. He's such a young player. He's been playing since he was 16 professionally, overseas, and then now he's in the NBA, and he's, I don't know, man. It's just weird. I don't know. I don't get it.
You know what's crazy? The Heat and the Mavs are doing good again.
Yeah,
it's weird.
That is weird.
And then we play soon, I believe, in a night, tomorrow night, I think.
Oh, really? Let's look at the schedule right now. But I mean, dude, Luka Doncic. Yeah, we play on Saturday.
Oh shit.
So that's gonna be a good game too. But I mean, Doncic is just unbelievable. I don't get it. You know what I mean?
And the hate that I see, people are just really counting him out because he's European, bro.
It's his second year in the league,
dude.
And then I also see people talking shit about oh yeah, just imagine if we let American players play pro since they were 16, which I get, because things are different over in Europe, but still, you can't take away what this kid can do. If you're playing professionally at 16, there's a fucking reason. You know what I mean?
He was playing with grown men, and he's pretty much competing with LeBron. To say that's crazy. You know,
I mean, in your second year, you're
like
a top 5 MVP candidate.
like people don't really see the like if we put it into perspective, it's unreal what this kid is doing. Like everyone, like whatever. When you're a fan, you could just talk shit for the sake of talking shit. But if we really like pay attention to what he's doing, like I don't think we've seen anyone, like besides I guess LeBron maybe, do this.
Yeah, like I've never seen, at least like in like our, you know, era or whatever, I've never seen someone like kind of compete like that. And if he wins MVP, dude, he'll be the youngest MVP ever at 21. What is that? And he's a top 5 contender. And he's in the ranks with LeBron, Harden, all these Giannis in the league
and
right
what,
now.
And what they say, what people don't reach their prime until 26, 27?
Bro, just imagine.
Which that's the thing that people aren't saying. Like people, okay, it's easy to talk shit about someone that's 30 that you can say, oh, they're gonna die down. Yeah, what are you gonna say? Like, what do you say about a 21-year-old who's fucking playing out of their mind right now?
And he has like no weakness in his game, because like for example with Giannis is only what 24, 25 right now, and he's been in the league for I think since he was 19. So he's been in the league for 5 to 6 years. No matter what, Giannis still has stuff to work on. You know, he still needs a little bit better outside shot. He still needs to kind of be a little bit better as a playmaker. Defensively, he has stuff down packed. Maybe like perimeter-wise, he needs to get a little bit better. But every year with Giannis Antetokounmpo, everybody knew Giannis was going to be the future. And that reality is starting right now. Obviously, he won MVP last year. But with Doncic in his second year, there's no weakness in his game.
Nope.
None, which is insane. And
he's clutch.
He's only gonna get better. You know what I mean? Like, I guess like that mentality of, or like that situation of, oh yeah, you go into your prime when you're 27 till 32 or whatever it may be, or until 30. You know, for those 4 or 5 years. And I guess the fact that since he's been playing since he was 16 professionally, he's kind of at that mark now. But like he's not gonna die down. Like no, it's not like he's gonna retire at fucking 28.
Yeah, like he pretty much got a head start on a lot of guys, and he just unlocked that potential a little bit earlier. But I don't see it dying down at 25, 26. I see it getting even better. I mean, if he's smart and he could be the next LeBron in the sense that he can maintain his body, and if he could be healthy, bro, that's fucking scary. That's insane. And like LeBron obviously had a lot to learn. He had to come to Miami. Dwayne Wade had to, mentor him. But no one needs to fucking dude. He knows what he's doing at this age.
When you like, some people work hard for their talent, and not say that they didn't work hard for it, because they obviously work at it every day. But sometimes you're just born with it.
Exactly.
And Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Giannis, those are just types of people. Michael Jordan, if you want to go like back, Magic Johnson, all the legends, they were just born with it. Larry Bird, they were just born for it. You know what I mean? And I mean, he's shooting 32% from 3, 47.6% from field goal. Those are great numbers in your second year. You know what I mean? He could get a little bit better in the 3-point range, but just imagine.
He's still, but even if he gets better, he's still good.
Imagine if he becomes a 50, 40, 90 player. He's averaging 30 points in his second year in the league.
And the people that hate him disgust me.
I hate you. But is that it for your standouts?
Those were my standouts. I think, I gushed enough, but I want to get to one of yours because we need to talk about that ASAP. So if you want to start off with that, we can.
I'm going to start off with a quick one first.
Okay, let's
because I want to go in depth.
Okay, let's go.
So I have 2 standouts. One of them a player, another one a team. First one, Derrick Rose, man. I know I've picked him before, but
he's born to do this shit, bro.
Bro, I just love comeback stories. I love the fact that even though he jumped around from a couple of teams. Remember when he was on the fucking Cavaliers, dude?
That was weird. That was like a weird gray area in his career. Yeah. I don't want to remember that shit.
In the last week, the Pistons are 2-1. And the other day, Derrick Rose recorded 21 points with 54% shooting off the bench and solidified his 4th game-winning shot this year.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4?
4. That's his 4th game-winning shot this season. He's in the clutch, man. And just like I said in our predictions episode, in our first episode, he's proving to be a 6th man of the year, depending on if he starts or not. So far, he's been coming off the bench. He's the 6th man for the Pistons, but he's proving to be insane. He's also proving that despite his injury-riddled past, he can still ball. I think he finally found a home in the Pistons, in Detroit. He's playing hard. He's playing good in the system. He's having great stats this year. He's obviously an important part of their offense and their defense. And in the clutch, they're giving it to Derrick Rose, man. And I love that.
I'm really happy for Rose. I say like I'm just grateful I got to see him before the injuries and things like that. I'm glad I got to see it.
Yeah, we got to experience MVP. Like he won MVP, which is crazy.
Yeah,
youngest MVP is just going back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, and just he fought his way back, and I don't think a lot of people are strong enough mentally to go through that and to come back. Like how much strength that takes.
He had like, unfortunately, he had a lot of problems with depression, anxiety. Chicago not accepting him, and other teams just kind of giving up on him. But I'm glad he found a home now in Detroit.
It's happy, bro. A feel-good story. A really good feel-good story. But this next one, I mean, this hits home, literally. So,
my next standout, the Miami Heat, bro. I don't know where to start. I'm just going to read my notes from beginning to end, bro.
Just do it.
Not yesterday. The other day against the Chicago Bulls, which I think was on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So Miami Heat versus Bulls. Tyler Hero scores 18 points in the third quarter in overtime to help the Heat beat Chicago in a clutch performance. 5 of 11 from 3. 3 of those threes came in the clutch to help seal the win, and he hit the game-winning shot with 38 seconds left. I don't want to hear anybody talking shit about Hero. People have been saying, "Oh, he's not developed yet. Oh, he should be on the trading. Like he's an expendable player." No, he's not.
Yeah.
If your name isn't James Johnson or Dion Waiters, nobody on the Heat is expendable.
No one. Not even the water boy, bro. So
not even.
No, and not only that, like people are fucking stupid because the Heat is that one organization where they fucking develop their players.
Exactly. Like they don't draft a lot. They really don't draft a lot. Pat Riley doesn't like drafting. He likes picking up pieces and that are already developed. Just like that explains the LeBron and Bosh situation, getting Mourning, getting Shaq. But when they develop players, they do it.
No, and LeBron's shooting great from 3 this year, but remember for how wet the Miami LeBron was?
Amazing.
Dude, like I think the organization just does a lot for their players, and we're always that gritty underdog team, but I love it. It's the best.
Now, yesterday, the Miami Heat faced the Atlanta Hawks. Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler both recorded monster triple-doubles, bro. Butler got 20 points, 18 rebounds, 10 assists. Adebayo got 30 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. Duncan Robinson, 34 fucking points with 10 three-pointers. Kendrick Nunn, 36 points with 6 rebounds. The Heat went on a 22-0 late run to solidify their win after that bitch-ass Trae Young said, "It's over." That bro, what did he do? Made a fucking layup? He was up by 4 points and said, "It's over? It's over?" No, bro. No. The Heat don't deal with that shit. They came back for it. And I loved it. Just watching the game, seeing their team chemistry. They're playing amazing, bro. There was this one pass, I think in the first, for sure in the first half, Jimmy Butler passed out of Myers Leonard on a fast break. That was amazing. I saw some clutch performance from Bam Adebayo in the highlights. He just zoomed past these players, and he dunked it crazy. Derrick Jones got an alley-oop in that 22-0 run. I fucking love the Miami Heat. I love where they're at right now. And I'm going to say it once, and I'm going to say it again. If your name isn't Dion Waiters or James Johnson, you're not getting fucking traded. Because if fucking Pat Riley blows up this team just for a chance of getting D'Angelo Russell, whoever they are, that's not it, bro.
No.
You have these young-ass players. They're having fun. They're doing amazing. I mean, who the fuck is... Who's Tyler Hero? Who's Kendrick Nunn? Who's Myers Leonard? Who's Duncan Robinson?
It's culture, bro. That's what
culture, bro.
That's what it is.
We know them because we're from Miami, but if you look at it from the outside in, dude, who are these guys? Kendrick Nunn was undrafted, bro. Tyler Hero was a lottery pick, but he's playing amazing.
They don't know nothing about that, bro. They know nothing about that.
People don't know about the Miami culture, dude.
They don't.
And just look at, like, going back to what we said, that when we draft players, we draft them. Justice Winslow, Bam Adebayo, Dwayne Wade.
I was going to say that.
When we draft players, we take care of them, bro. Caron Butler, we drafted him, right?
I don't think we did.
Oh, fuck, never mind. I'm talking
shit.
shit.
No. We got too excited. It's
fine.
Yeah,
no, I'm getting too excited. But, like, look at the players that we draft.
Bro, imagine us in the playoffs.
Bro, I'm excited. We have such a young team, so talented. I love it, And even though in the past week the games that we've won haven't been against big teams, they've been against lower end teams, and they shouldn't have gone to overtime. You know, like with the Bulls and the Hawks game. I mean, the Bulls and Hawks, they shouldn't be going into overtime in a game like that.
I like it. You know why? You know why I like it? Because that develops the clutch psyche in these young guys.
That's true.
So that's something that
and because of that, Tyler Hero literally proved, yeah, if you need to give me the ball, give it to me.
So I don't give a fuck who it's against. I like the experience. It's gonna do well for our young guys going down the road. It's all a fucking game, bro. It's an 82 game season.
Yeah.
And they need all the experience that we get prior to the playoffs. So I don't mind it. I love it. It's exciting basketball. Miami
and it for sure puts a chip on your shoulder.
Exactly. So I don't want to hear no bullshit, no shit talk. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm ready to fight for this team, bro.
Bro, dude. I love that we're back. I love that we're an amazing team. We have a better record than the Philadelphia 76ers, bro. We're third in the East. And all those Philly fans talking shit about Jimmy Butler and everything.
No, and
you just booty her because fucking Ben Simmons can hit a 3.
Oh, but he hit 1-3 last game. Like, the thing is, like, they could be salty about Jimmy Butler. Like, there's reasons why players go to. I mean, I'm not just saying it's because of Miami. But let's say fucking Jimmy Butler wanted to go to a certain organization. He wants to go for a reason. It's not because. Like, you can have all the star players on your team.
It's the culture, bro.
It's the culture, bro. You don't know nothing about that.
The cafecitos and the pastelitos, playing dominoes and calle ocho, bro. Right next to
the first thing he did. The first thing he did,
bro. He went to Los Viejos in fucking Domino Park, smoking a cigar.
With his little top hat, bro.
I love it, dude.
With his Vaz Sun chain. You don't know nothing about that, bro. You don't know about pots and pans on the street after a championship win.
You don't know about that.
Not even a championship win, just a culture, bro.
Dude.
Bro.
And it's amazing because all that culture stuff came after we were
Do you have people serving cafecitos at the arena? I don't fucking think so. I don't.
I doubt it.
I highly doubt it. Bro, you don't have these fine ass dancers like us, bro. You don't. It's Miami.
It's Miami, bro.
It's Miami, bro. It's Miami, dog.
The best street in the world is Biscayne Boulevard, and if you have some shit to talk, come see us, dude. And that's
bro,
it.
Going to like a Miami Heat game is like trying coke in the 80s, bro. It's fucking addicting. You can't stop after that. The culture is just non-stop.
If you have something to say about that, visit us on theopenshot.com. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. If you like our rant, give us 5 stars. I don't give a fuck. The AA Arena is always going to be the AA Arena. I don't care if the sponsor is leaving. Kendrick Nunn was undrafted.